Good morning, students. In this class we have discussed about the double refraction, that is birefringence. So double refraction or birefringence, when ordinary light is allowed to pass through a calcite or quartz crystal, it splits into two refracted beams. The two refracted beams, they are called as the ordinary ray and extraordinary ray, and both are plane polarized light. So you see in the diagram, that is a crystal is there. So when a unpolarized light is incident or passing through the crystal, so what happens there? It becomes the double refraction. One is ordinary ray and another one is extraordinary, it is ray, and both are the plane polarized light. So Huygens theory of double refraction. According to the Huygens theory, a point in a double refracting or birefringent crystal produces two types of wavefronts. The wavefront corresponding to the ordinary ray, spherical wavefront. The ordinary wave travels with the same velocity in all directions, and so the corresponding wavefront is spherical. And another type of wavefront produced, that is the wavefront corresponding to the E ray, that is extraordinary ray. It is ellipsoidal wavefront. Extraordinary wave have different velocities in different direction, so the corresponding wavefront is elliptical. The wave surfaces for negative and positive crystals. So you see these two figures, one is negative birefringence and another one is positive birefringence. So what is the negative and positive birefringence? You observe these two figures, one is elliptical and another one is circular. So negative crystals are crystals in which refractive index corresponding to extraordinary ray is less than the refractive index of the corresponding ordinary ray in all direction except for optic axis. The extraordinary ray travels faster than ordinary ray except along the optic axis. The spherical wavefront is essentially within the ellipsoidal E wavefront. Example, calcite, tourmaline, ruby crystals are negative crystals. Then positive crystal. Positive crystals are crystals in which refractive index for ordinary ray is less than the refractive index of the extraordinary ray. The velocity of ordinary ray is greater than or equal to the velocity of extraordinary ray. The ellipsoidal E wavefront is essential within the spherical O wavefront. For example, quartz, cellite, rutile are the example for the positive crystals. What is the optic axis? Optic axis of a crystal is the direction in which a ray of transmitted light suffers no birefringence, that is double refraction. Light propagates along that axis with a speed of independent of its polarization. For all rays not traveling along the optic axis, the velocity is determined by a pair of refractive indices called the ordinary refractive index and the extraordinary refractive index, that is NE, and the path of the incident ray is split into two rays, the so-called ordinary ray and extraordinary ray. According to number of optic axes, crystals are divided as uniaxial and biaxial crystals. So in this figure you observe that the corners A and H, called blunt corners of the crystal, a line passing through the one of the blunt corners is called as optic axis. What is the principal section? For a class of crystal called uniaxial, there is only one direction where all light ray travel along the same path at a constant velocity. This direction defines the optic axis or principal axis, and any plane that contains the optic axis is called a principal plane. Sometimes it is called as the principal section. The plane containing optic axis and normal to any cleavage face, the optic axis is not a specific line but indicates a direction in the crystal where there is no double refraction. Three principal sections through a point are observed, one for each pair of opposite faces. Now you come to the some multiple choice questions on this topic. So you carefully listen, read the questions. That is, the light, if the light is made incident on any transparent medium at a polarizing angle, the angle between the reflected and the refracted ray is 45 degree, first option. Second option is 90 degree. Third option is 30 degree. Fourth option is 60 degree. It is perpendicular, that is 90 degree. The second question is, the refractive index of any transparent material is the dash of its polarizing angle, that is tangent of the polarizing angle. When an object is, third question, when an object is seen through a double refracting medium, if two images are not seen, the light must be traveling dash parallel to optic axis, perpendicular to optic axis, either parallel or perpendicular to the optic axis, neither parallel nor perpendicular to the optic axis. The option D must be correct. It is neither parallel nor perpendicular to the optic axis. Optic axis is dash. The first answer is an imaginary line inside the crystal. Second answer is a real line inside the crystal. Third is a direction inside the crystal. The fourth one is none of these. That is, the answer must be C1, that is a direction inside the crystal. Okay. So then the another questions we are seeing here, the vibrations of ordinary ray are dash to principal plane. It is 45 degree, parallel, perpendicular, at an angle. The answer is perpendicular. The vibrations of E ray are dash to principal plane. It is at 45 degree, it is parallel, it is perpendicular, at any angle. The answer is parallel. According to the Huygens theory of double refraction, every point in a double refracting medium is a source of dash type of wavefronts. 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer becomes 2. Okay. So these are the some multiple choice questions. I hope all of you know about the birefringence, that is double refracting crystals. Thank you.